It's time for high school basketball game night. Now here's your play-by-play announcers for tonight's game.
Hello and welcome to another night of basketball action back in Ashford High School again tonight in Ashford, Alabama. Bobby Price, Mick Kirkland with you. This is the Area 2 4A tournament, Victor, which will go on and advance to the sub-region next week. And we're going to tip this thing off between the Rams of Brubaker Tech out of Montgomery and the Yellow Jackets of Ashford, and Brubaker controls. Alley-oop pass did not work. Mitt, you saw these guys, Brubaker guys, play the other night. What did you think?
They're a very athletic team, but they came from behind against Bullock County, who had taken a 6-point lead. And from that point on, they just took over the game, and they played very well together. And that's one of the assets that Ashford has. These guys play well together.
Ashford could not score on their end of the basket. And Brubaker Tech's unable to score on their end as well, so they've had two chances. Here comes Ashford with their next. Tim James to the basket. Up and count it.
That was a nice floater that time by Tim James, getting things going in the game for the Yellow Jackets.
7:05 left to the first points of the night. It's 2-zip with a minute gone in the first period. Number 20 is Giovanni Smith. 23 jumper is Kendall Broughton, and Chris Dixon comes in for the rebound and is knocked away, and it stays with the Rams of Brubaker Tech.
Good defensive play that time by Tim James, coming across and knocking the balls out of the hand of the Brubaker player.
Here's the inbound toss to Giovanni Smith. Brings it around to Chris Dixon. Dixon at the top of the key, leaning a little to his left, trying to go inside to number 23. Good assist there, and Kendall Broughton puts it in for two. And we got a turnover. Chris Dixon comes up with it, goes to the basket. Count it.
They're showing some aggressiveness on defense, Bobby, coming up with the steal and taking it down for two. Dixon did a good job. Ashford's got to do a better job of controlling the ball. They almost committed another turnover there.
24 puts it up and in. That's Michael Ray.
Terry White.
Okay, Terry White puts it in.
White had that winning basket the other night in the previous game, Bobby, and it was a big one. At the buzzer, it was 0.4 seconds left, and he put it up and hit the front of the rim and bounced in.
He's a pretty good free throw shooter, too. Makes a three-point play out of it. It's a 5-4 game. 2 minutes into the contest in the first period. 5-4 with the Yellow Jackets on top of the Rams. Giovanni Smith looks back up to Dixon at the top. Feeds it to number 10. Justin Patton misses. And
it's going to be out of bounds off of Brew Tech. It'll be the Yellow Jackets ball.
So Brew Tech will defense this inbounds toss. Tim James had to have some help from Michael Ray. Ray looks, drives. Oh, and he throws it away.
And they're calling for a tech for kicking the ball. He was trying to get it out of play, Bobby, and he did the wrong thing by kicking the ball, and they call a technical foul on Tim James. At the line shooting two is number 1, Chris Dixon. He has 1 field goal in the game.
Rolled away, no good. Got another coming as James Garner comes into the game. And Tim James takes a seat. Makes a second. That ties it up at 5 apiece, and it still remains with Brubaker Tech. Here's the toss with a tie ball game. 5:20 to go in the first period. Giovanni Smith goes inside to Kendall Broughton, and we get a traveling violation. Comes back over to the Yellow Jackets of Ashford.
So what the Yellow Jackets are going to have to do, Bob, is kind of take control, get some kind of momentum going. Right now they're just kind of out there. And one name we haven't called, Bob, and surprisingly, we have not called the name of D.C. Country at all tonight. And we're 3 minutes into this game, and that's very unusual.
And I don't believe he's even touched it as of yet, as it was knocked away. So Lewis will do the inbounds toss. Comes in to Terry White. Condry tried to go to 22 James Garner and unable to convert.
Right now the Yellow Jackets are just a little out of sync. They've got to, what they need to do, Bob, is get the ball into that playmaker in the Condry's hand, because Condry creates things.
And Ashford loses it again as Garner let it hit his foot. Nice move to the basket for number 12, C.J. Bendolph, for 2.
I'll tell you, they are very active defensively, Bob. But just about every pass that Ashford's making, they're either getting a hand on it, they've come up with some turnovers, and they're forcing the bad passes. So Ashford's just got to settle down and just get their head into the game. Right now, they don't have their head in the game.
Lewis gets it to Condry, back to Lewis in the corner. Count it.
Big three-pointer that time by Johnny Lewis, and it's exactly what the Yellow Jackets needed. Foul called on number 24. I guess that was Michael Rady foul was called on. So timeout on the court with 4:12 left in the opening period. Ashford on top by 1, 8-7.
All right, Brubaker brings the ball in. They're trailing by 1. We're halfway through this first period. It's an 8-7 game with Ashford on top, thanks to that three-point basket from Johnny Lewis. Tried to go inside to C.J. Bendolph, and he was wide open, but he couldn't bring it in, so the Jackets get it.
You know, we talked about it, Bobby. They've got to get D.C. Condry into this game. Right now, he's a non-factor. And they've got to get him into this game physically and mentally to take control. He's such a playmaker. He controls the floor so well to, you know, you need him active.
Kendall Broughton charged. That's his second foul. Giovanni Smith is coming in to take a rest, and number 4, Trey Sandlin, is into the game. Inbounds toss to James. Condry tried to make it. It wouldn't fall. Blocking foul called on Lewis.
That's his first and the team's third.
All right, Tech gets the ball in. They get it to Dixon. To Alton in the corner. Back to Dixon. To the near side to Trey. Trey goes to inside number 12. And he banks the basket in for 2. That's C.J. Bendolph.
That was a good power move that time by C.J. Bendolph, taking it in and banking it off the glass and put it up for 2.
Coast to coast for Tim James for 2.
Great comeback that time by Tim James, taking it all the way in and answering their basket with a basket of its own.
Dixon driving a basket. 2-shot foul. That'll be Terry White.
That's his first, and at the line is Chris Dixon. who's 1 of 2 from the line tonight. He has a total of 3 points.
10-9's the score. Just under 3 minutes left in the first. In and out. Chris misses the first. He has another coming. So we had having a couple of substitutions as number 30 comes into the game. That's C.J. Williams.
Couple of CJs on this team.
And a 42, Michael Benton. Dixon 2 for 4 with 4 points tonight. James to Lewis. Back out to James. Excuse me, that's Michael Ray. Great follow-up by Terry White for 2.
That time the shot put up by Ray was off, and White was right there to put it back up for 2.
So Terry picks up his second. (12-10), 2:29 to go in the first. Ball comes into Dixon. Dixon to Sandlin, shoots the 3, misses. DJ Condrey comes up with it. Nice assist, but they can't do anything with it. No foul.
And that's going to be the third one on
Terry White.
He would have been better off letting that one go, Bobby. But, you know, he's a competitor, and he wanted to try to make something happen for his team. So he's going to be sitting out for a while, and that's a big loss for the Yellow Jackets. But what has to happen, Bobby, in a situation like that? You have to have other players that step up, and Ashford has some players that are capable of stepping up and filling the shoes of Terry White.
So Chris Graham comes into the game. Bendoff makes it good, so he's got 7 points on the night. It's a 1-point lead, 13-12. Three-point shot won't fall for Michael Ray.
But that time I liked the ball movement and the effort Ashford put up.
Number 30 shoots a 3, misses. And here comes Ashford. And a foul's got to be called on 42, Michael Benton.
Good effort that time by number 5, Chris Graham, coming off the bench and making an impact for the Yellow Jackets. It's White's ball.
24 coming in, Jerry Osborne, as number 12 goes off, Bendoff. Michael Ray gets it across midcourt. A minute and a half left. DC Condrey travels.
Yeah, he shifted both of his feet that time, and he was called for traveling. So the Yellow Jackets have turned it over absolutely too many times in this first period. They need to just settle down and get into that game. Right now, they are not playing their game.
All right, here we go with minute 22. It's a 13-12 lead with Brubaker Tech already in the bonus. Here comes James.
Tim James, a great steal. That's the second one tonight, Bobby, that he's stolen and taken all the way for points.
Number 4, Trey Sandlin. So number 10 comes back into the game for the Rams. That's Patton. As Ashford takes a 1-point lead, can go to 2 with this one, and they do.
Great effort that time by Tim James. We talked about how other players can step up and really take charge, and that time James, and he's done that a couple of times in the game. 7 points for Tim James.
All right, we got the Rams on their end. 3-point shot is wide, and Michael Ray comes up with it. Coast to coast. Blocking foul is going to be called on number 42. That's going to be his second.
Michael Benton. Michael Ray's at the line for the Yellow Jackets. He's scoreless in the game. 49.2 seconds left in the opening period. Ashford on top by 2, 15-13.
All right, he eyes the basket. It's up. Misses. So Michael Ray has another shot coming. As we mentioned, the Rams are already in the bonus. Ashford's not gotten there yet. He misses them both. And 23 comes down with a rebound. That's Kendall Broughton. So we're at, approaching 35 seconds. Sandlin gets it to Broughton. Back to Sanders for three. Count it.
That was a big three-pointer there. That puts Brew Tech up by 1 over the Yellow Jackets.
Tim James with it.
And they get a 5-second call on them, so they turn it back over to Brew Tech.
Another substitution coming in as number 10 comes into the game, Justin Patton, along with Chris Dixon. Traveling is the call. So there's 5.8 seconds. We'll see what the Jackets can do with this one. Threw it away, but they still get to keep it. So James will take it in. Michael Ray takes it in, misses. 25. Lewis followed up, couldn't quite do it, so that brings us to the end of one. It's the Brubaker Rams 16 and the Ashford Yellow Jackets 15. All right, we're just seconds away from the tip-off of the second half of this contest. It's a close one, 32-30. The visiting team leads. That's Brubaker Tech out of Montgomery. And Mitt, how about some scoring in the first half?
Okay, let me run down the scoring by periods. Ashford trailed by 1, 15-16 at the end of 1, and they're trailing by 2, 30-32 right now. But leading scorer for Ashford, Tim James put up 9 points. Johnny Lewis had 7, Terry White 5, DC Country 5, and Chris Graham had 4. But Graham has really played a good game tonight. Now, foul trouble, Terry White, number 44 for Ashford, has 3 fouls. On the other side, the big gun, Chris Dixon, number 1, 12 points. C.J. Bendoff with 8, and Kendall Broughton with 6. But Broughton has 4 fouls on him.
All right, we're 15 seconds into the period. Just some movement from the Brew Tech boys. Driving a baseline, wouldn't go. Our big rebound from number 1, Dixon.
And that's 14 points for Dixon, Bobby. They've got to find a way to slow him down. I think Ashford calls a timeout. So their first possession, Bobby, they were trapped, and James had to call a timeout. So they haven't started off, but it's early in the period, just a couple of plays. So with 7:18 left in the third, it's 34-30, Brew Tech over Ashford.
All right, here's the inbounds toss from Lewis into Tim James. As we see what Ashford can do on their end of the bucket. As we get a...
Condra lost it out of bounds is what happened that time. He stepped on the line. Oh, no. That point, it's Ashford's ball. It was out of bounds off of Brew Tech.
Yeah, number 20 knocked it out of bounds.
So Ashford gets a break.
Yeah.
So what they need to do here, Bob, is just take their time, get a good shot, and get some confidence going here early in the third period.
Here's the toss. James to Condre. To Ray for 3. Count it.
And, Bobby, that's exactly what they need. That's Ray's first basket of the game, but it couldn't have been a bigger, better one and come at a better time. And then he comes down and makes a great defensive play.
Yeah, that was going up for an alley-oop, and he took care of that.
So Ray doing an outstanding job on both ends of the court.
The inbounds toss comes into 23, Kendall Broughton. And
it's going to be on Terry White, and that's going to be his 4th.
Yep.
Tough break for Terry White, who had an outstanding game against St. James. He hit the winning basket with 0.4 seconds left.
So Kendall Broughton with 8 points in the game. First trip to the free throw line. Short. Another block by Chris Graham.
Graham, he's really stepped up tonight.
There's a toss coming all the way into Justin Patton. Patton gives it to Dixon. So looks like Brew Tech is wanting to kind of milk things off the clock a little bit.
And they want a timeout. So with 6:22 left, it's 36-33 in the third.
.622 and counting for the third period. It's a 3-point lead for the Rams of Brubaker Tech out of Montgomery as the Yellow Jackets have they've fought hard, and they've had the lead a little bit, then they lose it, and Brew Tech has held on to the lead at the end of the periods, and they are big time about putting points in, especially toward the end of the game or the end of the periods.
Ashford's led by as many as 5 points in the game.
Number 10, a three in the corner, misses. Graham loses, and an offensive foul on number 1. No, on
23. That's going to be 5 on him. That's it for Broughton tonight, Bobby. He was very productive for the Rams. He put up 8 points and a good number of rebounds. So Ashford's got to take advantage of it.
All right, it's a 3-point lead for Brubaker Tech. Mike Ray and Tim James.
And they're going to get a 10-second call if they don't get it over.
Ray comes over to James. Condrey looks, gets it back out to James once again. And a foul is going to be called on number 1.
Chris Dixon.
Lewis throws it in to Michael Ray. Won't fall. Number 12 gets the rebound, C.J. Bendolf. As we approach 5 minutes of the third. Nice pump and to the basket for Chris Dixon.
16 points for Dixon. Good effort that time by Michael Ray, but it didn't fall for him, but it goes out of bounds off Brew Tech. Ashford's trailing by their biggest deficit tonight, 38-33. So they need something this time down. They definitely need to put some points up.
Ray shoots a 3, misses, and unable to do anything with it. So here come the Rams of Brew Tech. .425, 52 in the game. Keith Wright for the first time for Tech.
Jump ball is going to be Ashford's ball. I tell you, Chris Dixon's mighty active for the Rams tonight, Bobby.
So Ray's going to throw this one in.
They need to get DC back involved in the game, Bobby, because you saw when they had that little spark early in the second period, he led it.
Misses. Graham gets the rebound. Knocked away. Apparently Graham touched it last. Ashford unable to score again.
Ashford only has 1 field goal here in the period. They've been outscored 6-3. That was a 3-pointer by Michael Ray. Ray's going to be called for the foul. That's his second.
Still a 5-point lead for Brubaker Tech. 38-33. It's 3:39 and counting in the third period.
I think Dixon's going to try to take it every opportunity to get. Good defensive play. Good play. 2 in a row by Graham. And Ashford turns it over again, Bobby. They've got to control the ball.
Yep.
They've got to control it. When you have a great defensive play on that end of the court, you got to finish it off on the other end.
38-33, 3:11, 3:10.
Country almost comes up with a big steal.
Foul and whistle is blown. Floor foul. Tim James, number 2. Now he did held up 2 fingers. There's not a number 2 in the game. I don't know. I guess a 5-second violation.
James for a 3. Missed, and right now they are out rebounding the Yellow Jackets, and they've got to get something good happening. Good strip that time by Ashford.
Yep, still it's been kind of a cold quarter for both squads. Ashford has only been able to put in 1 point to
1 field goal. They had a 3-pointer by Michael Ray. Tim James, a great save to Michael Ray for 2. So Ray has all 5 of Ashford's third period points.
38-35, 2:19 in the third. As the check rotates.
They call it on Graham. Yeah, his second. At the line is number 12, C.J. Bendoff. He has 8 points.
He's 2 for 3 from the line tonight. Shots in the air. No good. As number 4, Trey Sandlin, comes back in. Here's the second free throw attempt for C.J. Bendoff. Count it.
He makes 1 of 2. 9 points for Bendoff.
To Lewis, Michael Ray. Tim James, Condrey with the ball. And a reach-in foul by number 10.
That's Giovanni Smith, his third. D.C. Condrey's at the line. He is 3 of 5.
They're saying it's on Chris Dixon.
Dixon.
First one up and in.
6 points for Condrey.
Still a 3-point lead. He can cut it to 2. He does.
2 big free throws by Condrey. 7 points for him in the game, and we have a 2-point game. 39-37, Brew Tech leading Ashford.
Sandlin looking with the ball, trying to get it to number 12, C.J. Bendoff. Inside the 52, the big guy, and James comes up with a big steal. Lewis, huge rebound. Condrey gets it. Oh, yeah.
D.C. Condrey can classic D.C. Condrey style.
It's a tie ball game. 30 apiece, 39 apiece. 1:20 left in the third.
Boy, the crowd's into it now, Bobby. They've been quiet. But what Ashford can't allow, offensive foul that time.
Offensive foul, yeah.
Yeah, good call. Good call. That time he tried to force it in. Foul called on number 12, C.J. Bendoff.
That's his first.
So Ashford needs to get some more points on the board, Bob, and try to take a lead into the fourth period because it's a psychological thing.
Yep.
When you have that lead going into the final period. And they can't allow Brew Tech I talked about it earlier. They are very good the last minute or the last 30 seconds of the periods.
So we're just milking time off the clock.
They're not coming out, so they can stay out there. They've got to come out on defense.
Just getting to the 20-second mark.
They'll probably start moving with about 10 seconds left, Bobby. They need to move quick. Graham, and it's taken away. They did a very poor job of managing the clock, Bobby, that time.
Sure
they
did.
got it down to where they wanted, but they didn't execute, and therefore they lost the scoring opportunity.
But they at least keep it tied. It's tied at 39 apiece. And we're at the end of 3 between the Ashford Yellow Jackets and the Brubaker Tech Rams out of Montgomery. All right, we have 8 minutes left in this one. It's all knotted up at 39 apiece. Here's the inbounds toss. It's knocked away.
Great defensive play that time by Michael Ray, stepping into the passing lane and almost picking that one off.
Into number 12. And back into the hands of number 10, Patton.
Who gets the block?
Chris Graham.
Chris Graham.
Oh,
He's
man.
the man.
This is a career night for him.
He has really come off the bench and done an outstanding job for the Yellow Jackets.
D.C. Condrey going into Graham. Jump ball.
And stays with Ashford. They have the possession error. Ashford's ball. Somebody take it out.
So Chris Graham's going to toss it in to Lewis. DC to Lewis in the corner, back to DC. Ray for 3.
That was
James
James.
for 3.
James, a big three-pointer to put Ashford on top by 3. That's his first three-pointer of the game. 12 points for Tim James.
Condrey's going to be hit for it. Got a couple of subs coming in. We may be wrong on the fouls for Kendall Broughton as he's coming back in.
Okay, well.
Along with number 20, Giovanni Smith.
Well, we probably gave him one too many fouls.
Yeah.
So maybe it won't be long.
All right, Patton is set to toss it in.
Who's there?
Graham.
Chris Graham.
D.C. Condrey with it.
Takes it in, and he's fouled. Condrey had one thing on his mind, Bobby. If he would have slammed that one, they'd have had to put a new roof on this building because they'd have tore the roof off of this building.
Number 12, Bendolph.
At the line, D.C. Condrey.
To shoot 2. They're ahead by 3.
He's 5 of 8.
6:57 left in the contest.
Excuse me, he's 5 of 7. Well, nice 5 of 8. I spoke too soon.
Both of them rolled out. No good.
Bob, at this point in the game, every opportunity counts, so you have to take advantage of them.
Number 1 shoots for the 3. Number 5 gets the rebound again.
Chris Graham, he's eating up those defensive boards, Bobby, and the offensive boards too.
Condrey, get to the Lewis.
Good
Oh,
play.
man.
Johnny Lewis for 2. 9 points for Lewis.
44-39. It's a 5-point lead. Floor foul.
And Brew Tech comes right back, keeping the pressure on the Yellow Jackets.
21.
Tim James, his third unofficially. Ashford on top by 5, but they were down by 5, so we've had a 10-point turnaround here.
All right, Brew Tech with the ball. 6:20 left. Brings it into number 20. That's Giovanni Smith. And a foul. (24).
Michael Ray, his third. At the line is number 20, Giovanni Smith. He's scoreless tonight. He's shooting 1-1.
So Smith with no points. Makes that first one.
Big free throw.
4-point lead. 44-40 for Ashford. One shot coming. Makes them both.
2 big free throws by Giovanni Smith to bring his team back within 3, 44-41. James was able to get that one down, Bobby. He was looking for help. That was a blocking foul. Good call. Because DC was about to take it to the hoops.
Yep.
He was about to take it to town.
That's Smith's third.
At the line, Country, he's got to make these, Bobby. He's missed his last 2. And that one missed exactly the same way as the previous 2, rolled around the rim. Foul called on James.
That's going to be his fourth.
Right.
No, 21, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Tim
his
James.
So coming into the games is James Garner. We got a 1-1 situation for Chris Dixon, who is 50%. He's 2 for 4 from the line.
He had 16 points in the game.
He gets the roll.
So it's down to a 2-point game. Ashford had gone up by 5, 44-39, but now Brew Tech has run off 3 unanswered points.
Makes them both.
So we're down to a 1-point game. Country beats him and puts it up and misses. Good putback by number 25, Johnny Lewis. 11 points for Lewis.
Back to the three-pointer. Lewis gets the rebound.
Big rebound on the miss by Brew Tech by Lewis. And DC's going to challenge him, Bobby. He's starting to pick it up here. He's putting some speed out there now.
All right, that's Justin Patton.
DC's got to make these free throws, Bobby. He's missed 3 in a row. He gets that one.
6 for 10.
He needs to make this free throw. And he misses his second. It's a 47-43 game. Ashford on top by 4.
5:08 and counting. Dixon gets it to Broughton. Number 20 shoots a 3, misses. And Michael Ray comes up with a huge rebound.
That was a huge rebound by Ray. Now Ashford's got to come down this time, Bobby, and put some points up. DC for 2.
6-point lead, 49-43.
That's the biggest lead by either team, but it doesn't last long because Chris Dixon comes right back and put up 2 points.
So it's 49-45. There's 4:35 left in the game. All right, here we go with the inbounds toss. It's a 4-point lead for the Jackets. DC Condry with the ball, looking for some help.
And he steals it. Off to Graham. Graham slams it. Chris Graham, he finishes off in style, Bobby. Big play by Chris Graham.
51-45.
Graham
he blocks another one.
In. Chris Graham, he's my MVP tonight. Shot
Big,
by number
big
20.
basket for James Garner.
He comes in and he makes a big play. But you got to talk about number 5, Chris Graham. He slams it on one end, blocks the shot on the other end, gets the ball out, down to Garner, and Garner puts it up for 2.
Timeout on the floor, 53-45, 4 minutes left.
Biggest lead of the game.
Yeah. $3:59 left. It's Brubaker Tech of Montgomery, trailing 53-45. To number 12, and Lewis is going to be hit with that foul.
Can't give up the easy baskets like that, Bobby. This Brew, I tell you, this Brubaker Tech, they're a scrappy team, man. They are.
They gave him the basket, and he didn't make it.
Yeah, it went in.
Oh, okay.
He missed the free throw, but something happened then that should never happen. You don't allow a man to come over you like that and get the rebound. So Ashford didn't do a very good job of blocking out on the free throw. We're down to a 6-point game.
Condry.
Ashford cannot lighten up, Bobby. They're giving them a couple of scoring opportunities here. They've got to.
All right, number 10 at the line. That's Patton. Shoots. Short.
That was a big miss.
Yeah, Graham comes out, and Terry White comes back in.
What Ashford's got to do, make sure they get this rebound if he misses.
Yeah.
So the 8-point lead is down to 6, and if he makes this, it's down to 5.
Patton looks, puts it up, makes it.
So we're down to a 5-point game. And the ball is taken away from Condry, and it's put up by number 10, Patton. So, Bobby, they have run off 5 unanswered points. It's gone from an 8-point lead to a 3-point lead. And you cannot lighten up. You have to keep that same intensity. So, Condry's going to the line, Bobby, and he needs to make both of these.
53-50.
And he misses the free throw.
3 minutes left right now.
Ashford had an 8-point lead, Bobby, just 1 minute ago with 4 minutes left in the game. So Brew Tech has run off 5 unanswered points. Make it 7.
Giovanni Smith for 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2
And Bobby, we're down to a 1-point game in a little over 1 minute. At 3:59, Ashford had taken a 53 to 48 lead.
Yeah.
They were up by 5. They've led by as many as 8.
All right, D.C. Condrey of the line. ADZ's bad. It's a 1-point game. There's one of them. Back to a 2-point game.
Condrey makes 2 big free throws. Now, Ashford needs to do something defensively here. They've got to create something. They cannot allow them to come down and score again.
3-point shot. Terry White gets the big rebound.
James managed to get that one over. That was close.
That was close. Almost threw it away.
Ashford needs to slow it down. They're not handling the ball very well right now, Bobby. They might want to call a timeout. He tried to draw the foul that time. And they turn it over. They didn't pass the ball very solid. They did not handle it very solidly that time down.
All right, here's the foul. 24, Ray.
That's his 4th.
I have it his 3rd.
Okay, at the line is number 1.
Chris Dixon.
Dixon, who
4
has
for 6.
20 points in the game.
Count it. Back to a 2-point game, 55-53. A minute 37 left.
Ashford just got to make sure they get the rebound if he misses.
He makes them both. All right.
It's a 1-point game, 55-54. They're double teaming D.C. Condrey, Bobby. Down to a minute 13. He didn't move his pivot foot. I know they were wanting to travel, but he got to get it. I'll tell you.
Under a minute.
He needs some help. He didn't get any help. Then any of the other players come back to give him any help, Bobby. And so he was trapped. He had nowhere to go. At the line is Chris Dixon, he has 22 points. And he ties the score. 55 apiece, 49 seconds left.
Up in the air it goes. Short. And a call, a timeout, alertly, with 45.5 seconds left. Oh, man.
Whoa, what a game. And, you know, this is exactly what we expected. We talked about it on our way down here to the game. We said this one will probably go to the wire, and that's exactly what is happening. They are tied at 55 apiece with 45.5 seconds left.
All right, the stage is set here for the finale. 45.5 seconds. The ball belongs to Ashford. The game is tied. 24 is
They've got to get
Michael
some help.
Ray. Tim James is 21.
What did they call? He was calling timeout, Bobby. I think, but he was trying to call timeout. Tim James was, and I don't know if they gave it to him or not.
They called the timeout over here.
Yeah, but I think, no, they couldn't call it if Ashford had the ball. Tim James was trying to call a timeout, and I don't know, and he was trying, and I don't know if the official actually saw it, but he was doing like this, trying. He didn't quite get his hands together, but he was attempting to, and I think they have awarded the ball over to Brew Tech. What happened? The same thing happened the previous time, Bobby. He didn't have any help. He had nowhere to go to. The players without the ball are going to have to move toward the ball to get open.
So we'll see how it plays out here with 34 seconds left in this contest. 1 timeout for Brubaker, 2 timeouts for Ashford.
And Bobby, they awarded Brew Tech the ball.
34 seconds left.
So this is a big, Ashford's got to come up with the steal or something to. Brew Tech's going to try to go for 1 shot. What a bad break for Ashford. Tim James was trying to call a timeout.
17 seconds. Ten seconds.
Bad break for the Yellow Jackets, Bobby.
Yeah, number 20. Was it number 20 that shot?
Yeah, it was 20. So he called timeout. A couple of seconds ran off before. Let's see if they give him a 3 or a 2.
They only gave him a 2.
Well, I'm not quite sure where he was. I think they're putting some time back on the clock because it was about 4.5 seconds left.
$3.8.
Okay. Still time, Bobby. It's still time, but it's going to be tough. You know, Ashford just really, you know, they took a 53-48 lead with 3:59 left in the fourth, and within 1 minute, Brew Tech had pulled within, I believe, 1 point.
Yep.
And then they made a mistake. Tim James was trying to call timeout, and evidently he didn't get his hands together, and the officials didn't see it. And they called him for 10 seconds. But get the ball to D.C. Condren. He can do it. He can do it.
They got to travel the whole court.
And he can do it. He can do it. He's got almost 4 seconds. But they got to get the ball in, and they need to get it into Condren's hand.
All right, here's the toss.
They get it to James. And he calls timeout. So they wanted to get it so they could take it out on their end of the court, Bobby. Good call by Coach Herbert.
Almost a traveling by James on that one.
He was trying to get it across and call timeout.
Oh, man. Oh.
But it ain't over yet. It ain't over.
2 seconds left. It's a 2-point game for the visiting team. Is Ashford going to go for the win or for the tie?
Well, I think what will happen, Bobby, it depends on
what kind of shot they can get.
What kind? They'll take a look at it and see what they can come up with. But what you hope to do, at least get a tie.
Yeah.
And get it in overtime and try to do something there. So I'm not going to go out on a limb and make a call.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not going to do that. But I would try to get it to Condrey. He can make things happen, so James from the corner for a three. And he misses it. A heartbreaking loss for the Yellow Jackets. They lose to Brew Tech 57-55. Just kind of recapping the scoring by periods. Ashford trails 16-15 at the end of one, 32-30 at the end of two. They tied it up at the end of three, 39-39, and they went ahead and they were up by 5 points, 53-48, with 3:59 left in the fourth, and they allowed Brew Tech to run off five unanswered points to tie the score, and they were able to get the lead back, but they were just not able to take it away. And the biggest play in the game was Tim James was trying to call timeout, and they didn't give him the timeout, and they called 10-second call on it, so that gave Brew Tech the ball back.
Okay, quickly for some scoring here for Ashford in their efforts. Their leading scorer for the night was number 14, number 10, D.C. Condrey with 14 points, followed by 12 from Tim James, 11 from Johnny Lewis, 6 points from Chris Graham, 5 points from Michael Ray, 5 points from Terry White, and 2 points from James Gardner. Then for Brubaker, their big gun was number 1, Chris Dixon with 23. C.J. Bendolph finished with 11. 8 points from Kendall Broughton. 6 points each from Giovanni Smith and Justin Patton. And 3 from Trey Sandlin to round out that scoring.
It was a tough loss for the Yellow Jackets, Bobby. It looked like, they had taken an 8-point lead at one time during the period, and it looked like they were going to be able to put them away, but Brew Tech they were able to pull it out.
So, that kind of wraps things up from Ashford tonight with this Area 2 Class 4A tourney. The Ashford girls advance, and the Ashford boys can't get it done, lose by 2 at the buzzer. For Mitt Kirkland and our videographer tonight, Art Variel, Bobby Price saying so long. We'll see you again on the hardwood on your local origination channel.